Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Minetest gameplay of sorts. And today, we're going to talk about fountains. Yes, we are. So here we go. All right, and if you like what you see here, please consider liking and subscribing. It is greatly appreciated. So let's get started. One of the comments from George was couldn't find anywhere to make a fountain. So I'm going to show how I make 3 of my fountains. And we're over here at the waterfall house, which has 2 different things feeding off of a water supply up into the fountain. So I'm going to turn off the control valves real quick. Now these get real elaborate. You don't even have to use all this. I use it because it's there. And this is from the some of these are from the Pipeworks mod, which is included in Dream Builder or as a standalone mod. And these are control valves, pipe segments, fountain heads. And then if we go, see, I turned it off for realism. So, you can clean all the dead animals out of there because there's animals all over the place in here. Yeah. And they go in the water and they die. And then you get these floating things. Let's go underneath and look what we got. So we got pipes running, and you can see the little blue dots on the pipe segments, which I'll get into. And they run down. Don't worry about the yellow stuff. That's to feed the lights, and it's a mess. But this is kind of interesting. All these pipes connect. So I have all 4 fountain heads. And then let's go down to the source of the water. This is really cool. Now, again, you don't have to do all this. This is just what I did. So I have a hydro turbine from Mesecons, and that's powering a pump from Pipeworks. And my bubbles are running out. And it goes up. It goes through the wall. It comes up. And it goes to another control valve. And then out, we have the rear fountain shutoff valves and the waterfall lights and shutoff. So if we come out here, this is where the other group of pipes run. And I can turn those off and completely turn this waterfall off. Or come back in here. And we have that's the waterfall shut off. And then this goes out to the fountains to there. And then I can turn them on. And it's mostly for effect. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways that I build. I like to build fountains. And I'm particularly proud of this one because I really like the way it turned out, especially for this house over here. For the waterfall house. And it butts up to a real cool forest. So let's go build one. And these are I'm just going to show you something real simple. Not too involved. I don't like the turtle there. Well, this is good enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it the hard way. And I'm going to clear, well, I'm not going to clear my inventory because I need some of this stuff. So let's get rid of cobblestone and glass. We have some lights. Not really sure I'm going to need said lights, but get some yellow glow glass. So if you type in, if you have Dream Builder installed, which is really cool, or Pipeworks, here's all your pipes. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a pump intake and we're going to grab one of those, get rid of that. We're not going to need that. Not going to need that. We are going to need a pipe segment, a control valve. That's a flow sensor. We're going to need a control valve, a fountain head, and I don't think we're going to need anything else for this little demo. So, we have enough stuff here to get us started. If I could figure out my keys. Yeah. There. No. Yep. Yep. There we go. So let's lay a quick foundation. And, you know, you can get real elaborate with your design. And that's where the fun comes in. So we're just going to do, I wish that sheep would go away. We're just going to do one. It's better to use, oh, that's not going to work. It's better to use, or to plan that you're going to have a center. So that's going to be our center. So it's 3 away. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're just going to real quickly do this because I really don't want, I want this more to be about the mechanics rather than the beauty of it. Mr. Sheep, you need to go away. I need to learn my key placement. There. Okay, so that's going to be our water, our little. You know what? We're just going to go all out. So what you're gonna do, or what I usually do, is I plan my fountain out, and you know, some builders make this look so simple. Here's our center. We're gonna go a couple down. And the reason why I'm doing 2 is because I don't like griefing my own property. And I build in creative. So therefore, I don't have the limitations of, you know, playing in survival mode. Wow, I can't speak. Now I've just lost myself. Where am I? So, and I planned this. I scripted it. This is scripted. If this is that scripted, so we're going to go out to the little lake here real quick. You know, I bet you I didn't bother to see. Oh, I'm right there. There we are. Okay, so we have a water supply. And I have, my bubbles are running out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place a pump. Now I'm not going to get, you can do, I keep saying, you can do, I added mesecons for wiring. Let's see if that fills up with water here. I can't see the pump output. Yes, I really did script. Ah, there we go. Okay, so you could actually turn it on without having a power input. But I did the power input just because I like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to not do that. We're going to put another pump module down. And we are going to turn it on. So you see the green light turn on. And we're going to take a pipe segment. And for whatever reason, it's not letting me put in a pipe. So we're going to do this the easy way. There we go. And we're going to put another segment. This is our little tunnel. We're going to do another one. Now, unfortunately, water doesn't, this will block out the whole node. So you can actually breathe in here, which is kind of strange. Every time I put a pipe, it does that. So we're just going to real quickly, quick and dirty. We got one more to go. Nope. I wanted, there we go. There we go. That's still not what I want. I want there. And you have to play with them a little bit. They get a little finicky. We're going to come up. This is where I like to use this for realism, this pipe. And it's not letting me put it in. Come on. There we go. And you kind of have to use the screwdriver to place it. There. So that's going to connect up to that and create what's going to appear to be a watertight seal. So then we're going to go up. This is going to be our flooring. So whatever floor you choose. And I'm just going to do a couple high. And let's do not there. Let's do another one. Go up and do another one. And you can see that it's not turning blue. Maybe because I need a pump head. So let's take the fountain head and place it on top. Nope, something's wrong. So I have to figure that out. Great. Put that on there. Put the flow on, and let's put a fountain head. These get a little wily to play with. As you notice, I kept turning it on and off. Okay, so that's on instead of actually putting the pipe segment on. You can get around that by putting a block next to it, and it will then work. So let's see where my disconnect is. Why don't I have any water? I have no water to, oh, the pump's not on. Duh. There we go. There's our blue dots. See that little green dot over there on the pump? Now we have no blue dot on the pipe segment. We turn it on. We have blue dots. We have blue dots, and guess what we have? We have water. Look at that. Very simple fountain. Now, this is where you have to watch because you don't want to grief your own area. So we're just going to put some blocks in real quickly here to make this look all nice and pretty. And this will fill up real nicely. And it won't let me. Why won't it? Oh, there's something in there. There you have it. A real simple fountain, real quickly. It looks okay. And you could do a circle. You could do a medieval structure. I mean, I use fountains everywhere, as you saw in the glass house, Oasis house. So that's that one. So let's do another one real quick. This time, we're going to get a little bit more. Again, I'm just going with just a real basic. I'm not doing anything because as everybody knows, my circles are horrendous. So, yeah, we're gonna leave that for right now because I want to, like I said, this is more about the mechanics than it is about the beauty right now. That's up to whoever is creating it. So you can create some beautiful designs and go all out. And I have several different fountains in my builds that do that. So we have this, and as you can see, I have no center. And planning is everything. So you're really going to want to plan and get your layouts, you know, your layouts. Now this one is not going to use, it's not going, get up there. No, stop that. So what we're going to do is, I may have to make this a little prettier. I wanted to make this bigger because I had a design in mind. Well, I keep just backing myself in a corner here. So oh yeah. You know, this will work. This except it won't work if it's nighttime. Okay, we're one down, so we want to go level, and then we're going to use these wonderful blocks here, put one here, one here, and one there. And then we're going to come up, not down. We are just going to come up like that, and then let's do one more. This is going to be our that'll work. Let's do a little medieval kind of design here. However, I want the water to flow in a certain pattern. So I literally want the water to come off of this center here. So we're going to put some lights on the ends here. Now, when I place water in here, it should flow out all four sides. So I'm taking bets. How many people think this is going to go off without a hitch? Okay. So we're going to look for our water source. And we're going to take, we don't need that anymore. We're going to take a water source real quick. And here goes nothing. And I'll show you how to recover from a grief. Come on. You can do it. Not going to do it. You know what? It worked in rehearsal. So, oh, duh. Bam. And there you have it. Now, hopefully, it's going to go into the base of, oh, it griefed. I didn't build my base long enough here. So let's stop that real quick. Wow, look at the damage. So you got to admit, that was pretty funny. So let's just go, let's put some stone here. This is why planning. Yes, you have to plan. Oh, I got an idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to catch this water here. Yes, I know I'm making a huge mess of this, but this just demonstrate. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Really, we are going to go with that. So you could turn off the water by canceling out your little water source. There we go. Actually, that looks kind of cool if you do that. So let's go. Oh, let's try this again. Bam. Please go in the hole. Please go in the hole. Now, another thing you could do is, let's say we want this to fill up. Let's say it gets starting to get to the close to the top. We can remove blocks from the bottom here. But it kind of looks like we have that figured out. So let's put some water in here. We can bring up our levels here. Make it look nice and pretty. This side's already fine. Ooh, I think I okay, we're still fine. Let's see what we did here. There you go. So this is another little design that I like to use, and you can control the water flow. Now, if I take that light away, it's going to go over. It's going to, instead of being directed like that, because you remember this full node here. Now I take that away, and the water started to creep over it. So that's how you can play with and manipulate the water without using all this. And then let's say I want to do something really cool. And I want to create a little waterfall effect. And there you go. So now we created one. I know it's not really, but that's you have to be able to control the water flow. So now we have one water fountain leading into another water fountain. And again, your imagination is going, see, this is what I was talking about. We have these dead animal parts. And if too much water comes, you just, you have to turn it off. Or you could remove stones and you could see that the water level is dropping a little bit. Or add them back and it'll bring the water back up. And if I take this away, it may start to go over the side. So we'll just leave that there. Or we can do something artistic, like a half slab, something like that, just to give it a little more character. Oh, that's where I wanted to do it. So there you have it. And then you can get real, like I said, you can take that out. Let's put some lighting in, and I'll show that at night. This is not usually my standard choice of lighting, but then again, there you go. The third type of fountain that I like to use a lot of is, we're going to have this go into the water. So what I'll usually do is, we're going to make this just real down and dirty, simple. There we go. This one, I really like this, and I use it a lot, so I don't want to grief this area. So we're going to come up, and we're going to come up like 4 high. And how do I want to do this? Just like this. Again, you could, if you control the water, and you have to figure out ways of hiding this. So if, let's say you have a big area. So what I want to do is I want the water to come down through here and then go into here. So we'll take our water source, and I've done this with pipes. I've gotten real elaborate with it over by the farm. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And let's sit back and watch the fireworks. and we control the water without griefing the area. It flows into, man, it's a lot of water. I'm sorry, flower. You need to go for the purpose of this demonstration. And there you go. So what we basically done, and like I said, you really have to use your imagination. So let's say this is the back wall and you have this in a house feature or something, but you want to see the water. Watch this. This is cool. There. Now you have a see-through, and the water will not grief. It will not come out here because it's using. Ooh, that was cool. The water is up here and it's being held, it's being formed. So I put the water here and it'll go straight down. And in the cliffside house, I've used something like that in 2 of the fountains inside the house. So I have a water feature coming down, and I don't know, you can create something really cool with this. So let's say, just something simple. I'd never really use that like that, but ooh, it's getting dark out. Let's see how well this looks in the dark. That thing, that's bugging me. I know you're not supposed to eat raw meat, but this is my test. So we have 3 simple fountains. One you can turn off, and if you turn it off, we're still going to get the water flow from this upper fountain here. And the control valve, and it goes all the way over to here where our little generator is, our pump is, and you could use that to turn it on. And that's how you do it with the Pipeworks. And all I used was a pump, pipe segment. I used a control valve. You don't even need to use a control valve. You could just use pipe segments and fountainhead. And if you want, you want the fountainhead to be a little taller, we can get rid of that. We have to get rid of that real quick too. We can do a pipe segment 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's get rid of this one here and put. Wait, don't you just love how that magically, and now we raised it. And that is all there is to it. So 3 fountains. And this one, you could really do something, for medieval fountains and just go completely crazy with detail. The only problem is when you use blocks like that, you can see the water won't flow over them. If I take that block away, the water still won't flow over them. That's because of probably how I laid it. But you got 4 little streams coming down, and you could keep going up. I mean, you could make this huge bowl on top here and have water overflow the bowl. You just have to, like I said, with planning, you just have to make sure that your water isn't going to grief your area. So now we have 3 kind of simple fountain designs, and everything else is just using your imagination on them. And there you go. This one is one of my favorites. I mean, you could really get creative. And there. We have some lighting. We have that. So if I go back to, and through the magic of editing, we're going to visit. Oh, didn't want to do that. All I wanted to do is fly. Just want to fly. So we come back over to our waterfall house, and I use the pipework extensively for here. And then we come over, and here's the area over here. You can see the pipework stuff on top. And if I come down and I really have to learn how to fly. So we have another one here where control valve, and the pump is actually inside this little pool. Look at all my fish. That's ridiculous. There's my pump. I actually have a power generator on this one, and it comes up here and it feeds the water, and it just feeds it into this nice little artistic little fountain. And then, let's see, where else do I have a fountain? Oh, over here, I'm on the same thing. I'm feeding the Pipeworks over to here to simulate irrigation. And there you go. There's irrigation. It's feeding water into it. And I have two little spots over here. I have to revisit this garden. There you go. It's going to irrigate my crops. And there. So there you have it. The waterfall house, and I did it again. Now let's come back over. More magical editing. Look at that. So this is very similar to what I did here. I just threw a bucket of water up there, comes straight down. And then we have another water feature over here. And this one just runs in here to feed this little pool of papyrus. And there's no Pipeworks involved with these. Those are just water buckets. And finally, oh, there's no need to edit this one. I'm almost there. The water feature over by the concrete house is just with buckets. Oh, look at that. That's the next video. Look what I did. You can't see it. Don't tell nobody yet. This over there. And here's the other one. Here's the one I put inside here for the Oasis house with a control valve, and can turn it on and off. And that's all there is to it. So in summary, like I said, you go in, and here's a water turbine from, I want to say that's in Mesecons. So under Pipeworks, we have water storage tanks. We have this water isolator. We have a flow sensor valve, which can be hooked in that it senses water. We have a spigot, and the spigot you saw up by the irrigation. So you need either a fountainhead or a spigot to get the water out. And then we have a pump. We have a storage tank somewhere here. Trash can. Fluid storage tank. So you could actually fill it up. Yeah, go from there. And you just have to get creative with, darn it. There we go. Just get creative with your designs and trial and error on your flow, so you don't overflow your area. But then if you just use the water bucket method, like I just did here, you know, wherever you place that stone or wherever you place that water, you can counteract it by just placing a stone or something on top of where you place that water, and it'll effectively get rid of it. So that's one way. Or and like I said before, always make a backup of your world, because if you go beyond the point of no return, you can always just pop your world back in from a backup and start over. So on that note, that's just a real quick and easy 3 fountains, and we will go from there. And In the next episode, I'm going to show off the Oasis house and, you know, just some other things I've been tinkering with, especially with the castle. And oh yeah, I use a lot of water features. Look at the castle. Ooh, it's getting big. I have 6 fountains here. And they're all fed by Pipeworks. They're just all linked together. And I have one main control valve that shuts them off. And then inside here, I'm figuring out what to do with this main fountain. But this, again, so all my pipe work is underneath here. It comes down here. There's some control valves in the dungeon area. You go all the way down. And I came out here and you can see my water turbine, which feeds my pumps. And it comes into this water reservoir over here, which is underneath the castle. So, like I said, I like to, since I have the mechanics for it, I like to add the Pipeworks in. I think it adds another form of realism. But you've seen on the second fountain that I did that you don't really need to do all the Pipework stuff. You could just, you know, place the water there, and you can still get really convincing and beautiful fountains. So on that note, oh, here's 2 more fountains. I love my fountains. So I have 9 fountains off of that. This is the castle, but you can't see that yet because that's in a future video. I'm not done. I'm not done playing with it yet. And I created those streams and everything by using the water buckets. So hopefully this answers the question of how to do a fountain. If you like what you saw, please consider liking and subscribing. And anything else that you want to see behind the scenes of how I did it, just drop a line in the comments and go from there. So, yeah, thank you for watching. And everybody have a fantastic day. And I hit the mic. And goodbye.